Okay guys, it is review morning. I'm having my coffee, and today I'm going to review an airplane. This is called the Dynam PT-17, and if you guys are fans of aviation, you'll recognize that it is a Stearman. Very, very cool airplane. So let's get into it. First off, I want to let you guys know that Dynam did send this airplane to me, although you guys know from my past reviews that I don't pull any punches. If there's anything wrong with the airplane, I let you know, and if there's things I like, I let you guys know as well. From experience, if you guys have any experience with Dynam airplanes, they are really high on their scale details. So if you look through this airplane, you'll see that we have the wires, the scale radial engine, very scale landing gear. Everything is scale on this airplane. Even when it comes down to the handholds on the ends of the wings and the top of the wing here as well. Really, really well done. In all my flying of airplanes, this airplane was one of the few that ever didn't need trim whatsoever. It was uncanny. So this airplane flew great right off the bat. Now, there's a caveat to that. I did fly it with a gyro and my Lemon RX gyro, but I did have a switch on it, and I have flown this airplane without the gyro as well. Flew just as well. So let's get to the positives and the negatives of this airplane. There's a lot of positives, very few negatives. In fact, I would recommend this plane to anybody. You should buy it if you like this type of airplane. First positive here is, obviously I mentioned already, the scale details, but so when you take a look under here, you'll see these landing gear bars, and they're doubled up on both sides and welded together, and it's held in place by this plastic plate that's right here as well. Really well done, well executed, good job, Dynam. For the next positive of this airplane, I'm going to talk about the motor. It is a 650 kV motor. It is a proper sized motor for this airplane. It runs on 4S. I ran a 2650 4S pack as a flat pack, and tended to fit up in the nose a little bit tighter than what my 2200s or my 2800s would. There are LEDs on this airplane. They're just on the ends of the wings. They're red and green, and you can use their supplied connector to either have them flash or stay solid. Ground handling is exceptional. The tail wheel steers very, very well. I always appreciate an airplane that has good ground handling. This airplane has a really nice landing gear, like I said, and the tail wheel is very stout and very effective. In addition to the scale detail is this amazing paint job that they have on this airplane. As a lot of you guys know, I coat my airplanes in Minwax, so it gives it a little bit more of a shine than it came stock, but I've loved the airplane scheme here and the colors. Okay guys, so let's take a look inside here. I really appreciate this battery bay because it opens all the way up to the nose. It makes it really easy to get your batteries inside of it. You can see this cutout just naturally has a nice cutout for your hand here, so you can place your battery straps up here. These are the stock battery straps, and there's a little bit of a cutout here that's just the perfect size for maybe a 2800 or a 3000 milliamp battery pack to push it all the way up to the firewall of the nose there. So really, really cool battery hatch here. It's got plenty of room for your receiver right back here. Nice wood plate in there that's holding the servos in. Just well done all the way around. So I want to talk about the scale radial engine. It looks just like a plastic piece, and it is, but each lobe is hollow, in which they've inserted metal, and it's capped off with hot glue in the very top. So because of such a short-nosed airplane, it's going to need a lot of weight in the nose to keep the CG correct. So that's what they did on this radial engine. It is really heavy. It's probably the heaviest part of this airplane. So they did a great job in anticipating that people are going to need to put weight in their nose, and you really probably couldn't put enough weight in this nose if this was just straight plastic. So really, really great job on the scale details and having enough weight up front. Okay guys, so we've talked about a lot of the positives, and like I said before, you should buy this airplane if you're interested in it at all. It's really well made, it's great foam, the scale details are off the charts, and not only that, it flies great. Now I'm going to come to some negatives, which are not deal breakers for me. I talked about the scale radial engine and it being heavy, and the only one real negative portion about that would be that this front cowl piece, it's removable, which is awesome, but it is also held on by magnets. So a lot of times when you land and you come in after your landings, you'll see that this situation occurs right here where it just slides forward a tiny bit. And I actually haven't had it rub on the motor at all, but it is heavy enough that it kind of overpowers those magnets. So Dynam in the future, I wouldn't actually mind having like a little screw that goes all the way into the fuselage here. That would be fine. I mean, you could actually add that post putting this together just to hold the front end, because you really don't need to change the front end or access it that readily. So the other thing you do is just put a little piece of hot glue back here, which is removable, of course, or even just some sellotape that is double-sided, and that would help hold this this engine piece in place. So not a huge issue, but easy to get around. One other small negative is that when it comes to putting the scale details on, especially these guy wires here, I don't actually know what these are called in the airplane world. Maybe you guys can put a response down in the comments, but there are I think 3 different lengths, but it doesn't actually show in the instructions how and where to place each different length. It would be nice if they added that to the instructions. It'd be a simple thing for them to do. But and also on the picture of this airplane in the box, it actually shows 2 of these wires going to a single point, which is not actually how it's supposed to go. So their pictures kind of misled me as well. But basically, I think there's just one size for these 2 guys and one size for these 2 guys. So it's just a long and a short. Okay, one last thing that is a negative. That's not really a negative, but it's just something that happened to me. I was loading my airplane into the car. I just barely tapped the rudder and it came off. The hinge broke all the way through. So you're going to want to take some either hot glue and reinforce this here, or take it off and glue it, re-glue it with some contact cement, which is what I did here. Super simple fix, but it's just something that happened to me. And that's basically it. This rather perfect airplane. There's no perfect airplanes out there, so you know, as hobbyists, we deal with these problems all the time. But assembly was fantastic. Like I said, the instructions maybe need to be a little bit more clear on the guy wires up there, but other than that, this is quite the perfect airplane that I really, really love. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that review of the PT-17 by Dynam. Fantastic airplane. It handles well, it looks great. It's an all-around really, really great airplane. Well, I think probably one of my favorites from Dynam. So if you guys like this airplane, check out the link in the description down below. It helps out my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.